Good morning, mathematicians. Today we're on lesson 5.6, which is day 2 of the partial products multiplication. Today's lesson is a little bit different than yesterday because we're extending to 2-digit multipliers. So this is the learning journey portion we're going to be going through today. We'll talk more about it at the end of our lesson. Let's get started with some warm-up problems. Write a number model to show and solve the estimate. So for example, in the first one, you're writing 3 times, we want to round one of the numbers. So 52, if we're rounding to the nearest 10, we find our place, we look next door. If it's 5 or greater, we add one more. It's not 5 or greater, so it stays the same. All digits in front stay the same. All digits behind 0 is your name. So remember, now we have our easy basic fact that we're extending with our 0. So 3 times 5 is 15, and we add the 0. Do that for the next two problems. So here we'd have 4 times 30 equals 120, and 9 times 70 equals 630. All right, let's try that with 3 more problems. So here we're going to be rounding to the nearest 100 because we know we just want a basic fact and everything else to be the zeros that we just add on. So our problem that we're solving is 8 times 600, which is 4,800. 6 times 600, which is 3,600. And 3 times 200, which is 600. Get ready for your final 3 problems that you're going to solve today. Here we need to round to the nearest 1,000. So 2 times 7,000 is 14,000. 5 times 8,000 is 40,000. And 7 times 6,000 is 42,000. Okay, please erase your board and have your eyes up on the screen here. This is the first page that you're going to be doing. So we're going to talk through what they're looking for, and then we'll practice that new way of multiplying. So you're going to follow these steps for each problem. A, decide which 2 numbers need to be multiplied to give the exact answer. Write the 2 numbers. Estimate whether the answer will be in the tens, hundreds, thousands, or more. Write a number model for the estimate. On the grid below, find the exact answer by multiplying the 2 numbers. Write the answer. So for example, number 1 says the average person in the United States drinks about 61 cups of soda per month. About how much is that per year? So we have 61 cups, so we're doing 61 times, well, we know that's in 1 month, and we want to know in 12 months or 1 year. So you're doing 61 times 12. Well, let's estimate. For our estimate, we want to have a basic extended fact. So 61 rounds to 60, 12 rounds to 10, and that would equal 600. We would circle below that it's in the hundreds place. Now we're on to this new part, finding the exact answer. We're going to do that on the next page. So to solve 61 times 12, we write it in our grid just like yesterday, multiplication sign out front and our equal sign. Now here's where it gets a little bit different. I'm going to draw in pink lines the numbers that we're going to multiply. We start in the tens place of the bottom number. Just like in multiplication wrestling, we multiply the bottom and the top number, and then the 1 times the other 1. Then we're going to go over to the 2 and do the 2 times the 6 and the 2 times the 1. I draw these lines in the middle because it makes a pattern. It makes an X with 2 lines on the side. Once I have all those, I know I'm multiplying all the right numbers. So my first one was 10 times 60. Then I had 10 times 1. Then I had 2 times 60. and 2 times 1. Okay, 10 times 60 is 600. 10 times 1 is 10. 2 times 60 is 120. 2 times 1 is 2. And just like yesterday, we add these up. So this would equal 2. Next column is 3, and then 7. So our exact answer is 732. Let's try some more two-digit multiplication on the next page. We could do something like 86 times 29 equals. Let's just run an estimate quick. 86 would round to 90. 29 goes to 30. So we know 9 times 3 is 27 with 2 zeros. So our final answer should be close to 2,700. Again, we start in the tens. So we have 20 times the number right above it, times 80. We have 20 times 2. Then we go to the 9. 9 times 80. And 9 times 6. Again, when I drew in those little lines off to the side between the numbers, notice the 8 to the 9 made this line, 2 to 6, 9 to 6 connected this way, and 2 and 8. So I know I got all the numbers there. 20 times 80 then is 1,600. 20 times 2 is 40. 9 times 80 is 720. And 9 times 6 is 54. We add those up, and I get 4. I'm just going to write it below here. 4, 11, carry the 1. 14, carry the 1, and 2. So 2,414, which is close to our estimate, so I would say we got it. We're going to try one more problem together. We can do the same kind of multiplication with a 3-digit number times a 2-digit number. So let's write down our estimate. We round to the nearest 100, 300 times 20 equals 6,000. So there's our estimate. Now we have the number in the tens place is our 1. We need to multiply this 1 times 300 times 20 times 9. So I'm going to be doing 10 times 300, 10 times 20, and 10 times 9. Then we're going to be going to the 6, the ones place, and doing 6 times 300, 6 times 20, 6 times 9. It's just like our multiplication wrestling. Each of the numbers on the bottom has to multiply or has to wrestle each person on the top. So 6 times 300, 6 times 20, and 6 times 9. Now let's solve and add all those up. 10 times 300 is 3,000. 10 times 20 is 200. 10 times 9 is 90. 6 times 300 is 1,800. 6 times 20 is 120. 6 times 9 is 54. And we add those all the way down the side. 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 0, 9, 2, and 5 would be 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Plus 8 is 12. Carry the 1. And then 5. So our answer is 5,264. That's pretty close to 6,000. Okay, so today then is 12/16. You're going to do the partial products multiplication with 2-digit multipliers. We did the mental math. You are going to be doing those multiplication number stories like we went over first. And then on an exit slip, you're going to explain how the partial product algorithm is similar to finding a team score in a game of multiplication wrestling. You'll turn that into your teacher. Math box 5.6, and finally play Name That Number. You do not need the MathMaster that goes with this. You may play on your own. We do have additional grid paper if you need that for any solving of the math. Activity B then is Blend Space Day 4B or 4C.